hindi nagtugma yung report ng Philippine Navy at saka yung report na galing sa China. Because the word forcibly was used in the Navy, in the Philippine Navy report, and that was not the characterization in the Chinese Navy report or the report coming from China. I have complete trust in our Navy, and if this is what they say happened, I can only believe that that is what happened.
Mga idol at kabayan, Pangulong Marcos may tiwala sa pahayag ng Philippine Navy. Ibig sabihin nito, hindi naniniwala ang Pangulo sa ulat ng Chinese Embassy na maayos ang naging pag-uusap daw ng China Coast Guard at Philippine Navy sa nangyari sa Pag-asa Island. Umayag ang Pangulo na magpadala ng note verbal sa China bilang protesta ng Pilipinas sa naging agresibong galaw ng China Coast Guard. Salamat sa Pangulo dahil ang tiwala niya sa mga sundalo, Navy, Marines ng bansa ay magbibigay ito ng karagdagang moral sa kanila na gawin ang kanilang tungkulin. Vice President ng Amerika muling ipinahayag sa harap ng Pangulong Marcos Jr. ng Estados Unidos ay nakatayo ito para sa depensa ng Pilipinas na kapag merong armadong pag-atake sa Armed Forces of the Philippines, pampublikong barko o sasakyang panghimpapawid ng Pilipinas sa South China Sea o West Philippine Sea. Ito ang magbibigay daan upang maging aktibo ang Mutual Defense Treaty ng Amerika at Pilipinas. Ito ang mga balitang ating pag-uusapan dito lang sa Good News Philippines. Huwag kalimutang i-like ang video, mag-subscribe, mabilis lang ito, promise! Tinanong din ang Pangulo ng mga reporter kung magpapadala ba ng note verbal ang Pilipinas bilang protesta sa ginawa ng China sa nangyaring insidente. Ayon kay Pangulong Marcos Jr., magpapadala ang Pilipinas ng isang note verbal o mas kilala natin sa tawag na diplomatikong protesta sa China na inirekomenda din ni National Security Advisor Clary Carlos.
Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Good afternoon.
Sir, there was a recent incident near Pag-asa Island wherein China Coast Guard seized a rocket debris from Philippine Navy. What will be your directive regarding this? Are we going to send a note verbal to China as recommended by Secretary Clarita Carlos?
Yes, I think that that's what we need to do because when it was first reported to me by the Chief of Staff, I asked him to immediately call the military attaché in the Chinese Embassy and to get a report. And hindi nagtugma yung report ng Philippine Navy at saka yung report na galing sa China. Because the word forcibly was used in the Navy, in the Philippine Navy report, and that was not the characterization in the Chinese Navy report or the report coming from China. So we have to resolve this issue.
President Bongbong Marcos Jr. may tiwala sa ulat na inilabas ng hukbong dagat ng Pilipinas na hinarangan at forsahang inagaw ng China Coast Guard ang nasabing UFO o Unidentified Floating Object malapit sa Pag-asa Island. Ito ay matapos maglabas ng magkaibang report ang Chinese Embassy na maayos daw na nag-usap ang Chinese Coast Guard at Philippine Navy.
Of course, I have complete trust in our Navy, and if this is what they say happened, I can only believe that that is what happened. So we have to now ask the Chinese, why is it that their account is so different and it's much more benign? So we use that word because the word forcibly na nga was used at least in the initial reports of the Philippine Navy. So we'll have to find a way to resolve this.
Dagdag pa ng Pangulong Marcos Jr., isa ito sa mga isyong kanyang bubuksan at tatalakayin sa leader ng China sa unang bahagi ng Enero.
One of the things is this kind of incidents are some of the things that I'm glad that I am going to Beijing early January because these are the things that we need to work out because with the way that the region, our region, Asia Pacific is heating up. Baka may magkamali lang, may mistake, may misunderstanding, then lalaki yung sunog. So we don't want that to happen. So we want to have a mechanism na we have to find a way na hindi na mangyari yun, na wala tayong incident na ganyan.
Thank you, Mr. President. And thank you for the warm welcome. It was good, as you said, to see you in Bangkok and to have a brief time to talk there. But We were very much looking forward to this trip. I bring you greetings from the second gentleman who told me about great time that he had when he was here for your inauguration. And so he laid the path for this trip in many
Oh,
ways.
that's
But thank
good.
you.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
for the welcome. I have traveled here because of many of the points that you have made. The relationship between the Philippines and the United States is a long and enduring one. It is a relationship that is strong for so many reasons. It is the long-standing relationship in terms of the people-to-people ties. As you and I have discussed, I come from California. We have a thriving Filipino-American community there. And in fact, in the United States, by last count, there are at least 4 million Filipino-Americans. And
We're good Catholics.
and very good Catholics who celebrate Christmas, according to you in the Philippines, 3 months of the year.
Well, it's been said
Which is
of us that
wonderful.
we celebrate Christmas like we invented it. We certainly own it now. So we start in September.
Well, it is good to be here with you in this season. And as you said, the basis of our relationship is multifaceted. Our relationship is based on mutual commitment to the economic prosperity of the region and our respective nations. And during the conversation that we have today, we will talk more about what that means in terms of the opportunities that are presented through our mutual concern about the climate crisis and what we might do in terms of investments in renewable energy and thinking about clean power and the industries that will come about because of that commitment and what that will mean in terms of economic prosperity through the creation of jobs, the creation of industries, and the bilateral relationship we have to coordinate in that regard. Our relationship is based on mutual concerns about security for the region. We are both proud members of the Indo-Pacific, and in particular, as it relates to the Philippines, I will say that we must reiterate always that we stand with you in defense of international rules and norms as it relates to the South China Sea. An armed attack on the Philippines' armed forces, public vessels, or aircraft in the South China Sea would invoke U.S. mutual defense commitments. And that is an unwavering commitment that we have to the Philippines. When we think about what is happening in this region, we know that there are so many opportunities for us to continue to strengthen our relationship. But the basis of our relationship is based on mutual commitments to international rules and norms and upholding those international rules and norms in all of the ways that we know allow for, again, prosperity and security for our respective nations and the region. So again, I will reiterate that the alliance between the United States and the Philippines is a strong one, an enduring one, and only under your leadership continues to be strengthened. And we look forward to working with you on many of these issues. And I, of course, bring you greetings from President Joe Biden.
Well, thank you,
thank you.
Madam Vice President. Please do send President Biden my warmest regard. And I thank you for the very strong commitment that you have just made for the U.S. to be defensive of the Philippines. I guess this is the best bit that they don't want to have.
Laban Pinas.